every fifth grader having a job this year. So I'm going to have them talk a little bit about the program, and then the fifth graders are actually going to share with you what jobs they hold.
Hi, I'm Miss Thomas. I'm a fifth grade teacher. We wanted to bring this to Dogwood because we wanted to give kids an opportunity to have some ownership in the building. We wanted them to have an influence on the little kids, not being in a way of like, ooh, scary fifth grader, but we really wanted kids to see them in a space where they are mentors, helpful, and in a really positive light. So we were thinking and came up with some roles that we thought fifth graders would enjoy, as well as the younger kids enjoying it too. And so they are going to tell you what their roles are.
Hi, I'm Amelia Hansen from Miss Jury's class. My job is safety leader, which means I make sure kids follow their bark during arrival and dismissal. My job is important because sometimes people get excited or rowdy when it is time to leave. That can cause unnecessary harm to others. I enjoy my job because it never feels like a chore, and all the kids are always very kind to me.
Hi, I'm Landon Halter. I'm a fifth grader at Dogwood in Miss Jury's classroom. You're probably wondering what a greeter leader is. And a greeter leader is kids who greet car riders, and kids like me greet bus riders. We walk outside and give people who want high fives. We try to make more kids happy. My job is important because we make more kids feel like they should come to school every day.
Hi, I'm Louie in fifth grade, and I will be talking about cafeteria leader. My job is important because I help keep the cafeteria clean so it's not messy and Mr. Rocky has less work to do. I like my job because I like to keep the cafeteria clean. My job is also important because nobody wants a dirty cafeteria when they eat lunch.
Hi, my name is McKenna Barrett, and my role is being a mentor leader. I help in Miss Beeler's room and help get all the students ready to learn. I sometimes go to get the students to help the teachers. On Wednesdays, we all get to bake. I help by getting the students' hands clean so when we're done making it, we get to eat it. My role helps me get to know so many students and understand all the different minds. I love going every day, and I'm excited to go in the future.
Hi, my name is Ella Rowe, and I'm a fifth grader at Dogwood Elementary. My leadership role is being a mentor for Mrs. Moon's kindergartner class. Every morning I go to Mrs. Moon's class and assist her with helping the students learn. I read to the kids, help answer their questions, and spend time visiting with them. My role had a positive impact on me because I've bonded with the students and look forward to going each morning.
Hello, I'm Forrest Wilson, and I'm a mentor leader at Dogwood Elementary. A mentor leader goes to a classroom and helps students and teachers work and learn. I work in the art room. When time is up, I walk all the students to their pod and make sure they're in a 10 line. I love my job and working with Miss Johnson, and thank you for letting me be here.
Hi, I'm Carlos Rodriguez, and my leadership job is a playground leader. The playground leader is supposed to air up balls and take the ball cart outside. Other stuff the playground leader does is if the balls are left outside in the afternoon, we will pick them up and put them on the cart in the afternoon when we are done with recess. We will put the ball cart in a special room, and if the balls have holes, you will throw them away. The job is important because if the balls are not aired up, they will be flat. And also, if we don't take the ball cart out, no one will be able to play with balls. I think my job is fun because I get to go out in the cold sometimes to get balls, and I also like airing up the balls and having a meeting with Ms. Bayhan. I also love being in charge with the sports equipment.
Hello, I am Emma Giacconi, and I'm here to talk about Plant Leader. I keep plants alive and healthy, and my job is to keep the pod nice looking for the people. My job makes me happy.
Hi, I'm Maddox, and we do office leader jobs, and it's important because the paper I pass out tells the teachers where the students are going home, like car rider, walker, and bus rider, and it helps with time and responsibility So this is a funny story that happened. The papers got mixed up, and I stood in the middle of the hallway because I got confused.
Hi, I am Peyton Cross, and I am in Mr. Wilson's class, and I am a fifth grader at Dogwood Elementary, and I am also a office leader. We get to mentor other fifth graders with becoming independent in their jobs, to becoming successful in like being independent. And I love that my partner, my office partner, leader partner, is becoming independent in her job. And another thing I love about her is that she's really sweet to everyone.
Hi, I am Luke Fernandez. I am a pod leader. I organize the games on the game cart and and fix the furniture, put the lost items in the lost and found. I like my job because it helps the school stay organized and saves the school money by not damaging equipment and furniture.
As you can see, the fifth graders have been very busy. We've anecdotally heard from a lot of parents who have said, my child does not want to miss school because they can't miss their job. They're very dedicated to their jobs. They had to apply for their jobs and be selected, and then at semester they had to either apply for a different job or reapply and hopefully be rehired to their original job that they had. They've done an excellent job this year. Thanks for letting us share with you this evening.
Nice job. Oh, picture. Picture time. Picture time. I like your tie. Thank you. It looks great. You're welcome. Shirts. Yep. Scooch over a little bit. Towards, yep, there you go. Okay. Towards me, big smiles. I'm going to take a couple of these. Don't go anywhere because then your parents get a chance. All right? Parents, it's your chance.
Sorry. Miss? Is that me? I'm Miss?
You can blame it on me.
Thanks for coming tonight. Exciting. Absolutely. See you later.
He exists. I'm glad you're doing it. Have a good day. She was nice to meet you.
Where I was like, oh, yes, you are responsible. She sounded better speaking than me.
On your last meeting, I want you to be the comment. They could probably hear you. I don't care. I want you to do it.
What comment? Right. Wait till they finish. 3 minutes. Hmm? Right. But I just need to say that.
Yes, correct.
We do public comment? We do. Okay. So next on the agenda, we have public comment, and we have one individual that will be speaking to us tonight. Come on up. Thank you.
Those kids were awesome.
They were, yeah.
I'm here before you guys on behalf of my minor children here who have been wronged by the school district. There's a policy that the school district has, C-160-P, that says that as service to the community, the school district may allow community groups and individuals to use district facilities for educational, recreational, social, civic, a lot of other things that they can use. And in this, so we read it, our children like to recreate and play sports and stuff. So we called the district, and we were passed on from the principal to the director of operations, then to the superintendent, who both admitted that our request was within the policy, but they denied our policy, or denied our request based on that they have the ability to approve and deny requests. But they left off the qualifier on their ability to approve and deny requests, which is according to the law, or accordance with law. And KSD has, in Missouri, they have non-discrimination laws. And in those things, you can't deny for family or parental or familial status. And then also further deep into the Missouri law, there's places of public accommodation. And place of public accommodation is offering or holding out to the general public goods, services, privileges, facilities, advantages, or accommodations, and a whole bunch of other activities that are also listed in the policy and go beyond that in the policy itself. And also stated that in those public accommodations are, that what the definition is and including is also that facilities or places that are funded by public funds. And so, you know, our district allows people that are not in the district to use our gym. We live in the district. We'd like our kids to be able to use the district facilities, and yet the same privilege or given to other people that are not in the district is not allowed, has not been granted to my children. And, you know, all we're looking for is for a place for them to use the gym. You know, they like to run around, they love sports, and we're not afforded that. We were denied that same privilege given to people outside the district. You know, I'm willing to call every time that we would like to use the gym, but we were not afforded that. We were just given a flat rejection. So I'm asking the board to look at this, to address this, that we might have the same ability to use the gyms that other people are afforded to use the gyms. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, next on the agenda is the superintendent's report.
Thank you, Dr. Bailey. For my report this evening, I just wanted to share on February 9th, we had our first large community finance committee meeting. We have over 36 staff, parents, and community members that have agreed to donate their time to come in and really look and delve a little more deeply into public school finance. We understand that there's financial headwinds on the horizon, and it just speaks volumes of our community to have so many people dedicate their time to come in and help be problem solvers as we look to carve our path forward. Legislative session is, we're in the thick of it at this point. Instead of giving you updates on bill tracking at the moment. One of the things I'd like to encourage you to do is to continue to track and monitor. We are tracking and monitoring several bills that could impact public education. If you would like to receive periodic updates, Ray Weichel will be sending out another legislative update. And if you'd like to have access to that, please refer to ksdr1.net/legislative updates. Exciting news, this year we have our Team KSD Award nominees. School Teacher of the Year honorees are as follows. Kearney Early Education Center, Michelle Grote. Dogwood Elementary, Christina Barrett. Hawthorne Elementary, Katie Foster. Kearney Elementary, Heather Oldham, Southview Elementary, Sheena Anello, Kearney Middle School, Lindsay Zaz, Kearney Junior High, Samantha Rolfus, and Kearney High School, Dr. Brad Miller. We also have support staff honorees. Kearney Early Education Center is Stephanie Dolliner. Dogwood Elementary is Jaden Hensley. Hawthorne Elementary is Emily Boyer. Kearney Elementary is Greg Nelson. Southview Elementary is Amanda Texter. Kearney Middle School is Sam Henson. Kearney Junior High is Ariel Jones. And Kearney High School is Kelly Parker. And our central office is Marcia Bartow. So all of these school-level award recipients will be recognized at the Northland Regional Chamber of Commerce Excellence in Education Banquet on April 21st. They will also be celebrated during the Team KSD Awards and retiree reception on April 30th. At that same event, we will also announce the District Teacher of the Year and Support Staff Member of the Year as well. A couple of student updates for you. KHS Cheer took third place in Group Stunt, which is a new MSHA event for Kearney School District. We had 7 FFA students recognized for their outstanding agricultural achievement. Girls Wrestling has claimed their 4th consecutive district title, and we had 8 girls qualify for the state tournament next week. High school girls swimming won their 3rd straight conference championship. And KHS had 23 future business leaders of America who will qualify for the State Leadership Conference in April. And last, the Kearney Education Foundation is hosting the Harlem Wizards on April 11th. Tickets are now available and can be purchased on the website or look for links in your KSD Weekly Update. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have the consent agenda.
Move that the consent agenda be approved as presented.
Second.
All in favor? Opposed? Thank you. Information items. Bond project update.
Not a whole lot of different news to deliver besides what's written. Newkirk Novak is going to have solid bids ready for our HVAC and epoxy floor renovations the first week of March, and have firm estimates on Southview roof options for us at that time to then consider how we use the remaining bond funds at that point. Any questions? Thank you.
Financials? Schwinn?
Good evening. First question, anybody notice the mistake I had on the new report? I found tonight as I was reviewing, trying to get all my numbers lined up in case you had any questions, there were 4 numbers I forgot to update the formulas. The percentages for the combined was last month's number, not the revised number. I will tell you this report is a lot of manual formulas to get it to work. I don't mind doing it because I like what it spits out. It really gives you a clear picture of some of our programs and how they're performing. But it's easy to forget to update a formula. So anyhow, I'll stand tonight. If you have any questions about the new report, happy to answer them. And if you want to see any changes, please let me know. Any questions? All right.
Off the hook this time.
What's that?
We'll let you off the hook this time.
Okay, this time. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we will update that report and link it in Assembly for people, for the public to have access.
Okay, program evaluation, safety, emergency response and intervention is a written report. Any questions? All right. Next is program evaluation, career and technical education.
Good evening. Thank you for allowing me to come address you again. I am just going to point out that Emmy Berry is here. She's our career, okay, tell me again. I just blinked. Career readiness coordinator. It's been a bit of a long day. So I would like to talk to you tonight about career and technical education, but I'd also like to talk to you about all of the pieces that are alphabet soup that go together where career technical education fits. So we have a couple of anchors in our district that we really like to rely on and keep that as a common focus. One is authentic literacy practices, and the other is real world learning. So the RWL is kind of the big cloud. And then one of our strategic plan goals is to have 100% of our graduates earn an MVA, at least one, which we were able to do for the first time last year, the district was. So that is real world learning in action, and that's how it's measured. And CTE, career technical education, is underneath that umbrella. So we have alphabet soup happening, right? So I'm going to try to make some sense of that. But career technical education is an extremely important part of our students finding that true voice for themselves and their pathways. So the purpose of our program is to really not only enhance their academic needs, but also find out those technical skills that some of our students have and naturally and want to foster those and become a career path. And then what are those employability skills? I think you've heard some of the students who've come in to talk a little bit about those soft skills, the cooperation, the collaboration, the problem solving, being on time. That's really important in the workplace. So that is a part of the purpose of the program. Also, it offers courses in several different areas: agriculture, business, health sciences, FACS, which is family and consumer science, a couple of Project Lead the Way, technology and biomed, and then we also have marketing, and then any sort of cooperative education. So what we do have is a lot of different pathways for our students. We talk about pathways in-house, but then also outside. So I'm going to talk about that next. All right, so we coordinate the program. I work with Dr. Gustafson and then also Emmy Berry, and we also have junior high as a part of this to precursors into the program because we choose our courses at the 8th grade ICAP level. And then teachers are given that opportunity to look at student needs based off of some of those individual career planning, which is an ICAP, more alphabet soup. So we actually have Emmy working with students just a lot recently to figure out what they would be interested in and what real world learning opportunities they could explore. So student impact, what we like to do is do our students get a quality market value asset, or MVA? And we do a lot of anecdotal, and then we also talk to our career centers and our business partners about that. And then we look at what needs there are in the community. And actually, Emmy's out in the community quite a bit, working with our chamber and other community businesses to find out how we can be of more value as a school district to them, and that will then help our students grow. So student impact, oops, I went back. Okay, student impact. We really like to make sure that we find those learning opportunities, and what works best for one may not work for another. And I know personally there have been some students who think, I'm going to go down this path, and they completely change based off of the experience they had. And that's great because it saves everybody in the long term time for them to know exactly what they want to do post-secondary. So here are the CTE courses that we are offered in-house at Kearney School District at the high school level. So you can see the agriculture courses there. Then we have the business courses and marketing. And then we have family and consumer sciences. And then that Project Lead the Way. And those are broken into engineering, health, and business. And I just wanted to highlight a few students in action and their work with their sponsors or their teachers or their teams. So we do also offer our students to go through outside partners. We partner with Excelsior Springs Area Career Center for the bulk of the programs. We also have Northland Career Center. And then we also have Northland CAPS, or Northland Center for Advanced Professional Studies. So we work very closely with them. I know between administrators, we're on, working with them on a daily basis, weekly basis to find out how our students are doing. And sometimes our students are with us for half the day, and then they go to the Career Center the other half the day. So the next slide I wanted to share with you this is just the impact in numbers of our student body and how CTE programs and student organizations really fit together. So you can see that we are either gaining, and we gain quite a bit in some of the areas based upon student need, and then we go up and down in these. They fluctuate based off of their interests. So we have sponsors at the high school level who really put a lot of effort into finding those extra or co-curricular activity partners for them to work outside of the regular curriculum day. Also, we have the numbers broken down for you of the different partner outside facilities that our students attend. And we do actually cap those, so we really want to determine which students would really want to go to those experiences and choose wisely, because they can be pricey, and we want to make sure we find the right fit for our students. And this is the objective I was talking with you about. This is where we really want to have 100% of our graduates attaining a real-world learning experience through an MVA. So this is really how CTE is measured. Like I said, it's kind of in the bottom minutia of the piece that then leads to real-world learning. So finally, this is all on our data dashboard, which is exactly where our objective says it would need to be reported. So we report that, and you can see that over the course of the years, not only did we hit 100% of our graduates receive at least one MVA, but the number of MVAs that students, so one particular student might have 5+ MVAs. So those experiences just multiply for the students to understand what they could be doing in the future. And we are on track to hit that 100% mark as well this year. Finally, I wanted to share with you kind of that breakdown when it comes to what is an MVA. This is also on our website, but a lot of what our CTE would be would be the industry recognized credentials, but it could also be internships, entrepreneurial experiences, college credits like PLTW, and then we have increased our client-connected projects, which can be career technical but aren't necessarily related to a specific program. And finally, the goals. So obviously we have some long-term goals. The one exciting one on here, we're going to maintain that 100%, but we want to observe employment patterns of our community, but we really want to create a network of alumni who've graduated with those MVAs to come back and work with our students to really tell them the impact. Because I know when Emmy has been talking with some of our younger students at the middle school and the junior high, it doesn't really make sense to them. But if we have students coming in who have graduated and can say, hey, this is what it went like. I actually saw a student who is graduating this year, and I know the family, and we were in Price Chopper, and I said, what was your MBA? He spouted it off right away, and he goes, and I learned this from that, but I really didn't like this other one. So it was, kids can really articulate what they're learning through that. And so I just thought that was really a real-time experience for me to share. And then we have some short-term goals that we want to consider, that we want to provide that wide opportunity, but we really want to hit the right mark with matching staffing to it, because we want to, although every student wants something, career path, how can we bundle those together and make sure that the students are on a yearly path that we can switch out classes and courses. So the other piece is we want to expand, our opportunities for Kearney Academy. So our students in Kearney Academy also attain MVAs, but we want to see what we can do to provide them with multiple opportunities. So I don't know if you have any questions tonight, but I'm here, and also Emmy is here to help with any questions you might have.
Are we able to match the opportunities with the demands? Meaning, do we have a lot of kids who want to do one thing, but we only have so many opportunities? You mentioned that there was a cap to what you could send into what when I was 100 years ago when I was in school, we called that shop, is what I think you're talking about. And do we have enough opportunities for that?
Yeah, and
Or is there any place where we're mismatched, where we need to be finding more opportunities because the demand is overwhelming?
So one of the areas that we've checked into is the medical field, correct? And so we've really looked at where we source our, is it in-house or is it dual credit? But yes, there's a lot of opportunities in Kearney School District. It's finding the right match, and I believe that one of the growing pieces is that client-connected project, which could be completely tailored to what the individual student wants. Does it provide them with a credit per se? Depends on what course it's tied to. So long story short, yes, but we can gather some more information for you to see if we can parse down to the actual demand. I would say that when we're meeting with students, we have so many pathways that we're able to get creative. And if a career center isn't junior year, it can be woven in senior year. So I don't know if that answers your question.
You did.
Okay.
I just think it's important, given the kind of changing nature, if you will, of the economy, that we afford kids that ability to understand, hey, I don't necessarily have to go to college if I don't want to. There are other things that you can do, and it seems to me that those opportunities are out there. I want to make sure that we have some exposure to that.
Absolutely, and I think one of the things that I talk with Dr. Gustafson about is in-house. If you look at our FFA program, that's actually increasing, and I think that we like to keep things in-house too, because we do have teachers who are qualified and certified to give the college credit or industry recognized credentials. So I do think that we have always room to improve, but I think that is a great point. We want to not cap ourselves and just get creative. So.
And then on the other end of the spectrum, probably might want to think about, is there something we do? I think about our robotics program and computer science, but what I have noticed in the workforce is that the younger you are, the more comfortable you are with things like artificial intelligence. And so my sense is, and nobody knows what that means because AI is whatever you want it to mean, but in the near future, I think there's going to be an opportunity for businesses, maybe in Kearney or in around, that are saying, like, I don't know what this is. Can you help me figure out how this might work for my business? And so there might be an opportunity there to, if we have that.
Bridge the gap?
Yes.
Yep. I'd like to speak with Emmy, and we'll kind of get some things put together for you, a response. And I do think that there's a definite pathway that's unfolding as we speak when it comes to AI. So thank you.
I am a proponent of the NVA. I really appreciate the creativity and the opportunity that our kids have. Talking to teenagers that I hear, I'm a big fan of the 100% participation rate. When they talk about them, like you said, just open about, there seems to be some, I think there was, from a well-meaning place, we've got to get everybody to get one, that now what it means to complete that process looks vastly different.
Yes.
And it's not that I want it to be so uniform that it sucks the life out of the process. At the same time, I want it to be meaningful and valuable at the end.
Absolutely.
So I understand there's going to be a certain percentage of kids who realistically will just want to check the box.
Yeah.
I get that, but at the same time, we know we are people. What's the easiest one? That's what I'm going to do.
And
so if there's some uniformity in that process, it's more about the meaning and what we get from it at the end.
Absolutely, and I think there were some fabulous systems in place, and I think you're exactly right. When it all came about, it was something that was, what is this? How can we explore it? How can we make this happen?
And we arbitrarily set the bar here.
Yeah.
And now everybody has to do it. Okay, so now we'll move it down, but maybe we moved it too far, and now we're not sure where it all fits.
So I think what's been really nice to be new alongside Emmy is for her to have gone into grade levels lower than just the high school level and start to build that capacity, because we do see an upswing with our high school electives teachers. We've actually, Allie has provided some time within our PD schedule for Emmy to meet with some of our electives teachers to share across the board what that could look like. And we've seen some really innovative practices with that, so more student engagement. I think there was maybe some MVAs that students didn't like so much, and so we looked at why. So it's been really eye-opening, and we have a June board, don't we, Emmy? We have a June to do with Emmy board. So we're taking stock of all of the practices that are working this year and how we can monopolize on that, but then what more? So the what ifs are great. So if you ever think of another idea, just let me know.
Again, I'm a huge proponent. I can see what that looks like in my mind, but I don't envy having to try to figure out what that actually looks like. So thank you in advance for doing that work.
Thank you, Demi. Okay, thank you.
Okay, we'll move on to action items. Over $50,000 purchase.
Move to approve the over $50,000 purchase of staff laptops from Dell Marketing as presented.
Second?
This is rotational, meaning that this is we update them, a number of them, I think 75 in this instance, every 3 years. Or what's your cycle? Sorry, Ryan.
Hey, Ryan.
Good to be back.
Yes, welcome back.
So 75 are planned for this spring, and we do this every year. There's a certain number that do get replaced every year. It's approximately 1/5, but not always 1/5 of those staff laptops. So these numbers are up about 33% over last year, and that's due to supply chain and just things that are happening in the world right now. So just so you know.
That rotation, that would be my question, is rotating at that pace, is it able to keep up with the break-fix demands that we have?
It is, yeah. So that allows us to stay within the 5-year replacement cycle that we've established. So
what happens to our obsolete ones? What's our disposal?
some of them get reused in different capacities within the district. So some get repurposed as certain laptop carts here and there, or for paras, or various uses like secretaries that may need one for snow days, for example. So we repurpose them until we just can't use them anymore. So
Do we have like a secure disposal vendor or anything?
we do. We have a recycling vendor. Yep.
Ready to vote?
Thank you.
All in favor? Opposed? Thank you. Next, we have book appeal recommendation.
Move to approve the recommendation as presented regarding a book appeal.
Second?
In January, the school district received a grievance regarding anything popsicle messages of perseverance. This is a single edition book that's only in the Dogwood collection. Following our policies and procedures, when we receive a complaint like this, we establish an in-district team. This was facilitated by Dr. Valerie Utek, along with a number of staff members, to review the content of the book and make a recommendation. The recommendation before you tonight is to retain the book in the collection with restriction. And with restriction means that it would be held behind the librarian's circulation desk, so it wouldn't be open access to children. However, it would be available for children if they wanted to select out with parent permission only. Happy to answer any questions.
Dr. Utek, was this, I think this is for you. If it's not, you can pass it, you can phone a friend. Was this book bought just as a standalone book?
It was a group of books that were purchased for the specific theme for last year's school theme. So it was purchased a little bit differently than regular purchasing for a different purpose, I guess I should say.
And is this a book that you would have had the opportunity to read through before it arrived?
So that's, yes, review was done on the book, but it's hard to get every single page of a book before it's purchased.
Yep.
Especially if it's just an illustration.
Any other questions? Okay. All in favor of the recommendation? Opposed? All right, thank you. Board member comments? Do you have anything for the good of the order? Okay. Quiet group tonight. Important dates. The school finance team will be meeting on February 23rd. The Cooperating School Districts of Greater Kansas City's Legislative Day is on February 25th. March 13th is a professional development day, so there's no school, and our next board meeting is on March 18th. Miscellaneous?
Action for closed session to immediately precede the regular meeting in March, including any record or vote to discuss items and issues allowable under Section 610-021 of the Missouri Sunshine Law.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Matt Baker, Jason Clint,
Aye.
Jake Klingensmith,
Here.
Christina Lindsay,
Aye.
Bree Switzer,
Yes.
Nick Vaskus,
Yes.
Darlene Bailey.
Yes. We're adjourned.
Did you
Thank
just vote present?